Hey, friends, welcome to the channel. This is the first time I could possibly talk to somebody beside myself. And when most people go live, they have a point. I am not most people. I just have a bunch of stuff I'd like to discuss with y'all. But first, Ale Smith Speedway Stout. Why don't you pour yourself a little something? I had a hard time deciding whether I wanted to do this topless, so I did, even though my hair is what it is. Anyway, so I just thought this would be a fun little thing, and maybe we'll do it a few times a month, maybe once or twice a year, maybe never again. I don't know, depending on how well you all behave. Isn't that how we work as a society? As long as everybody behaves, then everybody can be rewarded, like we were taught in school. Anyhow, I thought it'd be fun to get together and I could talk to you about upcoming releases that are upcoming from different publishers. And, what I maybe have on my pre-order list, maybe some things that I'm not jazzed about, you might be. So let's just do that. Let's just talk about what we have to talk about. I basically have a bunch of stuff upcoming. I wonder if I could share my screen. That's part of what I'm doing here is to figure out what I can do, what magics I can do. I see all the kids doing Twitter or Twitch, and they're all twitching online. They twitch for each other online, and everybody watches, and they look so professional, and I'm an old, so I don't know how to do that. But if I could share my screen, I would, but it doesn't look like I can. Doesn't look like I can. And I only have the one monitor, so it's a very unsophisticated setup. But that's it's in alignment with my brand. I might put a hat on. So anyway, I have a bunch of upcoming releases, mostly Sun Tup, and then some ancient ones. If I could show you my pre-order list, you'd laugh. Hello, Cat House Caller. How are you? Cheers. Thanks for showing up and having the courage to admit you're here. It takes a lot. It's enough to get canceled nowadays, to show up here and admit you're here. So if I could show you my list, I have it color-coded, and I have a crap load of stuff in red because that's coming from Cemetery Dance. And it's funny how the balance goes. It's like Cemetery Dance is all in the back, Sun Tup's all in the front, because Sun Tup keeps actually delivering the books, and a lot of the Cemetery Dance is held up in the queue. So, but there's a lot of cool stuff coming from SST, Sun Tup, and Centipede Press. So basically, you've been canceled, Martin. Yeah, I would love to get popular enough to be a canceled target. That's my goal. My goal is to be, I want that all-American comeback story. I want to get so famous that people actually care enough to cancel me. And then I want to have my years in exile, and then I want to come roaring back, like when I'm 80. And everybody's like, oh, we wrote him off because he was such a monster. And then I have that comeback story, because that's what America's built on. We set up our idols, and then we knock them down, and then we want them to come back so we can knock them down again. You're getting a little bit of Americana. Anyway, you need to get on these newsletters, right? Because Centipede Press is announcing, Jared is announcing his fall lineup next week. Now, I'm expecting a lot of polka dots and stripes, but he might surprise us and just do books. And when I mention polka dots and stripes, obviously I'm trying to talk about fashion. And obviously, I don't know enough to talk about fashion. So, Centipede Press, I'm excited to see his fall lineup, what he's going to do. I went from 6 to 5 with that last joke. 6 viewers to 5 viewers. I think I'm going to put a hat on. I don't know. Look at this hair. I have nothing coming this week, so I'm a little itchy. Why don't I have enough coming this week to unbox for y'all? But so get on the Centipede Press. Suntop just released Blackwater, or announced it. Looks awesome. What do you all think? I don't know. By the time you see this, I might not be live anymore unless I just do this for days. What if I just do this all week? Already I'm running out of content. Could you imagine what I'll be pulling out of my hair for content in a minute or two or a week? But anyway, there's Suntop. There's a ton of stuff on the website you can get right now. I know the artist edition of Island of Dr. Moreau is out, slapping down on porches like a big beefy book. And Centipede Press, SST. You gotta check out SST. You gotta go to my Facebook page for SST and check that out, because there's a lot coming from them that's really cool. Just get on these things. So part of the excuse I'm giving myself for doing this tonight is to figure out this live setup. So when there's actually something super hot coming in, I'm going to try to do this every Monday so you know what's on deck. I don't have much to unbox. There's a lot in the works. Another press that got on my radar is Midworld Press. Midworld Press is going to be doing the John Dies at the End trilogy, or the J-Date trilogy by David Wong. It is awesome. If you're not a fan of humor or horror, I don't know why you're here. But that is stuff. That is my sweet spot of horror and humor. John Dies at the End. Where is it? It's on my other bookshelf. Oh, by the way, new setup. These are all my trade editions, stuff I had in the boxes, packed away. What's up, Slee Stack? Slee Stack from, I believe, the north side of Chicago. Where, Skokie? Welcome. It's good. I mean, pour a beer, Pour a beer. It is a beautiful night in Chicago, by the way. Beautiful Monday night. Weather's perfect. So, new setup. These are all books I had stashed away. These were like the extras. My kids are disgusted. Like, why do you have so many books? You have too many books. Is that right? He nodded. My youngest son nodded. He thinks there's too many books. And no, he disagrees with me. I have good books. Oh, I don't know what you're saying. You want to come over and talk to the people? 8 people now. 8 people. And it's almost double digits. Anyway, Midworld Press. They were on my radar. I didn't get anything from them. I wasn't really clicking with their titles, and money is one side. My connection is unstable. Oh, really? My internet connection's unstable. It's gonna pop in and out. What are you gonna do? We got hamsters running on wheels powering our internet and our electricity. So SST Thunderstorm. Now, what blows my mind about Thunderstorm? I love Thunderstorm. Do you like Thunderstorm? I got a Chad Lutzke book from Thunderstorm, Halo of Flies. Awesome stuff. The other 2 books I got from them, I sold because there are better fans of Chismar and Matt Hayward. Matt Hayward, do you guys know what happened with Matt Hayward? I'm not a podcast or anything. I'd like to partner up with somebody and do a podcast. If anybody wants to do a podcast about books with me, just send up the bat signal and we'll talk. But Matt Hayward was like, he got canceled for harassing a woman and kind of flamed out. But I sold his book, not because of that. I mean, that is bad. in the parlance of our times. But the story was no good. The story was no good. But Thunderstorm does great work. They have a couple of Paul Tremblay titles that you should. Oh, I might add, the more I drink here out of this, the more I might dish on publishers in my real opinion. What does Jeff really think? Because he keeps it so positive all the time. He can't be that positive all the time about books. Truth serum. So anyway, Thunderstorm has No Sleep Till Wonderland and the Little Sleep by Paul Tremblay still for pre-order. And I'm amazed. Thunderstorm does great stuff. Paul Tremblay is a great author, and that's still there. Of course, I'm getting them from SST, but that's, I don't practice what I preach. I'm trying to tell you to buy from Thunderstorm when I buy from SST. I don't know if they're still available from SST. Yes, this is going to be a rambling mess. I think someone took back their thumbs up. I think I was at 5 thumbs up, and now it's at 4. Can you take back a thumbs up? Somebody had buyer's remorse on a thumbs up. It's awesome. Is that YouTube, is that like YouTube precedent now? I'm 11 and a half minutes. Man, I'm just gearing up. So right now I'm currently reading Dark Across the Bay. Then I'm going to read Boys in the Valley. Now that is, those both are Earthling books. You can't get Dark Across the Bay because Anya is just on fire. You can't touch her stuff now. She's going to sell out instantly. No, I'm kidding. But her star has definitely risen, ascended, put up in the sky because Suntop did 2 of her books and everybody loves them. She's somebody that's going to be highly collectible. Also, Russell Coombs is out there buying everything. So he's got them all on lockdown, and he's going to really shrink that supply. So there's always a demand. He's the one-man bottleneck for Anya Allborn books. I'm glad somebody gave me that thumbs back. I'm back up to 5. These things are like, powering me. I'm like a children's show where everybody has to yell and get real loud, like Pee Wee Herman, except without that theater thing that Paul Rubens did. Dark Across the Bay is great so far. Yeah, I'm having the same thing. I don't like it as much as Brother and Seed. Those 2 I thought were just damn near perfect. This is kind of a slower thing. I think I would have liked maybe a little bit of a heavier editing hand on it, but I'm really enjoying it. I mean, Anya Allborn is just a safe bet. We all like that reward when we have a favorite author and we have a go-to author. Anya Allborn is definitely one. Josh Mallerman's another. Stephen King used to be, for me, a treasure. Really, seriously, a national treasure. But I've heard some negative things, and Martin read those same negative things on the Cemetery Dance forum about Billy Summers. So I went to Goodreads and I looked at all the 1-star reviews, and they're pretty consistent. That's always interesting. When you look at the 1-star reviews, whenever you go to Goodreads, always go to the 1-star reviews. And I don't like it when people just leave a star and ditch. I want to know why. And the 1-star reviews are so consistent that I can see the gripe I think is legitimate. Do I agree with it? I haven't read it yet, so I don't know. But it might be the case that I'll totally disagree with those people, but understand where they're coming from. Martin loved Billy Summers. I heard all kinds of great things about it. So until Ron Clinton, a great guy, just a great connections. Yeah, the connection lagged out. But Ron Clinton is a brilliant guy. He's just wrong about Bentley Little. He likes Bentley Little, and that's wrong. There's no subjectivity. You either don't like Bentley Little or you're wrong. But he hated Billy Summers, and he's giving away his copy for free. But I'm sure it's already accounted for. But I got the book, and I was so looking forward to it. I skipped The Outsider because Martin didn't like it. So, okay, Martin, own up to that. You said the same thing that a lot of people said about The Outsider. You said the first 3 quarters were really, really good. And then the last quarter of the book just went off the rails and it killed the rest of it. So many people said that about The Outsider. So I skipped it. Because I also hate, I'm sorry, I hate Holly Gibney. I'm sorry. Obviously, when somebody says it like that, they're not really sorry. Because I hate Holly Gibney. I love The Outsider and Billy Summers. Ooh, still feel that way, Martin. Martin still feels that Outsider went off the rails. And that's okay, because I remember the first time I read it, and I got to the end of it, and I was like, I invented the term DAFUQ. I invented it that day. Because when I read and I got to the end of it, I'm like, this is what you do to me? You do this? So I've learned to forgive Stephen King's endings. I've learned to forgive and move on. But when you're talking the last quarter of the book, that's not just the ending. It's not just a plane crash after a very awesome flight. It's a disaster. So I skipped it, and it's all because of you, Martin. But I don't want to skip Billy Summers. I actually want to do a review of a Stephen King book while people are reading it, because I want to be relevant. All I ever wanted to be was relevant. That's what it should say in my obituary. Jeff Terry, all he ever wanted to be was relevant. It still seems like a far distant goal for me. So, Dark Across the Bay, Boys in the Valley. Now, I've got an advanced review copy for it, so I owe Paul Miller a review. The last time he trusted me with an advanced review copy, I trashed the book. So I was really not expecting to ever get an advanced review copy again from Earthling Publications, because I felt like I betrayed him. But I gave an honest review, and I'm still going to give an honest review. I will always give an honest review. But the last book he gave me, and I'm not even going to say what it was, I did not like it at all. And when you give Jeff Terry a book and he doesn't like it at all, he gets angry. He gets really angry, and he starts talking about himself in the third person on live feeds. And it's not pretty. But nothing about my brand is pretty. So it kind of fits. But anyway, Boys in the Valley, then Billy Summers. But I also wanted to read The Gas by Centipede Press, because that sounds crazy. I like crazy. So anyway, I've been going on for about 18 minutes. I'm proud of the 11 people who joined and the 8 thumbs up I got. That's it warms the cockles of my heart. And I did go to get checked out to make sure I didn't have cockles in my heart, because I don't want to have issues. I'm old, and I think cockles in your heart would be a bad thing. But they're warm. They're warm. Anyway, so I want to also say that once I get to 667 subscribers, I'm going to do a giveaway. How about that? New shelving. Yes, Christopher Bowers. This is new shelving. This is actually old shelving. It was in my basement. We stole it from my wife's grandmother after she passed away. So we just stole it from her. And then I brought it and I had it in my basement. I had all my trade editions on it. And I thought, you know what? My lighting sucks in the other room. I'm going to try something different, because different is better than what I've always done. And I put all my trade editions on here. My Sun Tups are still in the other room. I got a couple of pit bulls guarding them, so don't even try. I know you're thinking it. Don't even try, though. Don't. I got pit bulls, and I love pit bulls. I'm not trying to feed into the stereotype of dangerous dogs. But anyway, yes, this is new shelving. I hope to someday move into a house that can accommodate my children and my books, because I love the children and I really like the books. But mostly I love the children. But you can't unbox children on a channel, because I tried that And I had to change my name and go into the witness protection program because unboxing children is frowned upon. Even though I love but I'm like, but I love my children. They said, don't do it. Don't bring the knife near the children again. It took a lot of like counseling and things, but I got it straightened out now. So I just unboxed the books. And I think it's better for you guys too. Slee Stack says, with my connection, watching this is like you are becoming unstuck in time. Pooty wheel? What? Pooty wheat? Pooty wheat? Can I even say that? I don't know what, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to get canceled before I'm famous. Are you planning on getting Chasing the Boogeyman? Oh, you went right there. You went right there. I didn't plan on being nasty, but you asked. No, let me just be nice. No, I don't plan on getting Chasing the Boogeyman. I think that's as nice as I could be answering that question, which sounds awful, but I'm not going to get Chasing the Boogeyman. Not going to do it. Just going to scratch my beard and trail off and read the next question. I think it's actually boxing children that's bad. When you unbox them, you're the hero. Well, someone else has to put them in the box. That's the key. And then you unbox them. We're treading water. We're getting like I feel like there's a landmine field that I'm walking into. I'm not going to box nor unbox children. But I think if you box children, you're in a ring in a gym, and that's the only boxing match I'd ever win. What's your thoughts on Cemetery Dance and their extremely long wait times? All right, let me take a sip and then answer. I was trying to make it a long sip. Here are my thoughts on Cemetery Dance. I love Cemetery Dance. I love Dan and Brian and Mindy in the most platonic, supportive way possible. They're great people. They truly are great people. I don't like to see what's happened with Cemetery Dance with their extremely long wait periods. If I could show you my pre-order list, I have some going back to 2013. Do the math. I'm not going to do it for you. That's 8 years. And I don't like to see that happening. I wish they would crank the books out. I wish they would get them out the door. I wish they would ascend to their potential. But they're promoting Chasing the Boogeyman. They're promoting Gwendy's Magic Task, Final Task. They're promoting certain projects from a certain individual that derail everything else. That is why there should be separation between a publisher and an author. And I think they're distracted, and I don't like what's going on. And it does sincerely break my heart because they are great people. I love their books. I have Night Shift and I have the Stand on order. I still have outstanding orders that I don't want to cancel. And I think it's a tragedy that it's taking so long to get books. And I know what Brian James Freeman has said, and I accept his reasons. I'm not going to call them excuses. I accept his reasons. I think they're valid, but I think they just need somebody to be paying attention to that press, and that person isn't. And that's my opinion. I don't know anything. I hope Cemetery Dance continues to make books for the next 40 years. If not, Levidian's there. I would support Levidian. I didn't buy the Stuart Onan book, but man, that looks so good. I'm just not in the business of buying books. I'm not taking gambles on books anymore. Suntop is the only one I trust thoroughly, where I've liked the content of all the books. I've enjoyed every book I've read from Suntop. whether I heard of it and read it before or not. So, know your Vonnegut, Slaughterhouse-5, Jeff. I don't know my Vonnegut. Oh, so that's what Po-T wheat is. Poo-T wheat. Poo-T wheat. You're all going to have nightmares of a bearded man holding a beer saying Poo-T wheat. It's like you're going to keep seeing, it's just going to replay and you're never going to fix that scar in your brain. I want to get Slaughterhouse-5 because I'm waiting for Suntop to do it. Let me just put it out there. I think Paul will do it. I think so. I think that's going to be something. I don't have inside information. I do know the next Suntop book, like usually 2-3 weeks ahead of time, but I don't know any more than that. And I only know that when I have to do my interviews for the fans of Suntop Facebook page. It's the only time I know it in advance, when I have to do some prep work. So I don't know that he's doing Slaughterhouse-5. But dear coworker, former coworker, because that's what you say when you get fired. You have former coworkers. Loved that book. She recommended it to me. And since I respect her opinion tremendously, I want to read it. I still have some Speedway Stout, so I'm not done dishing. I think I am done dishing. But anyway, when I get to 667 subscribers, I'm going to do a post, whatever video that is, after 667. And if you comment on that video, it's not there yet. I'm only at 620. Man, I'm trying to get to 1,000. It's like an uphill climb, especially when you're a subpar YouTuber like me. But once I get to 667, I'm going to give away this book of Westlake Soul. It's number 3, signed by Rio Yours and Owen King. And did I say Rio Yours right? I don't know. It's a gorgeous book. It's one of SST's best publications. I just did not connect with it. It's a DNF for me. But I want it to go to a home of somebody who really wants it. So get my subscriber count up to 667. And I'm glad you asked, Martin. Why 667? Because it's one eviler than 666. It's one eviler. And I had to pick a number. So, that's also the thing. But it's one eviler, 6667, 666667. 667. That's why. I got a lol from somebody. From Lena. Oh, where have you been? Used to comment all the time. I miss those moments. Thanks for commenting. What's one of your darkest, most disturbing books you've ever read? Well, listen, for about 2 years, I read nothing but true crime. And I read books by this guy, Harold Schechter, and I read a book called Mindhunter from John Douglas, which became a cheesy Netflix series that has nothing to do with the book. And during those times where I read true crime, I've never been more messed up. Never been more messed up. Those were a couple bad years. But Mindhunter, I would recommend. Any true crime, when you know that this is something that actually happened, that this is something a human did to another human, it's jacked up. The Toy Box Killer. Oh, my God. Look into him. Look into these serial killers and you'll be messed up. If that's your goal. I read a synopsis from a book called The Summer I Died by Ryan C. Thomas. I don't want to read it, but I read the synopsis and that sounds disturbing. And then there's that guy who did the thing at the convention where with an infant. I forgot the guy's name. It sounds like some Mayflower family name, Chadwick something. I don't know what his name was. I forgot. But I think it was called Dead Inside. That sounds messed up. I mean, I could point to messed up books. The most messed up fiction book I ever read was Offspring by Jack Ketchum. But I never read The Girl Next Door. But Offspring, Mindhunter, those are 2 books I've read that are really messed up. The Road is messed up. The Road. I'm still on a hook. It puts you on a hook and you never get off that hook. Offspring, Mindhunter. Glad to see I'm drinking too. Imagine me drinking a glass with you. Okay, cheers. There, see? I could tap the Mac. Tap the Mac. It's not good. True crime is scary. Give me werewolves. I read the last werewolf book I read was called Red Moon, and I hated it. And it's a Stephen King recommended book. And they were drawing a parallel between Muslims and werewolves. And it was so heavy-handed and agenda-driven, it just turned me off. I couldn't see the story anymore. It annoyed me. But the premise was good. If I didn't see that agenda, I would have liked it. But it just felt heavy-handed. I don't like being preached to. I like stories that are stories that take me out of the reality. Seriously, I don't care what part of the political spectrum it's on. I just don't like being preached to in my fiction. I like to escape reality. But the premise of the book was good, and I agreed with it. The best werewolf book I ever read was Wolf's Hour. So check that out. I have the sequel to that right here, The Hunter from the Woods, the trade edition. I haven't read it yet. Does 667 make you better or worse than Satan? Does it make you? It's one eviler. You know, I was going to write a story about a guy who does an internship in hell and exposes all the idiocy of heaven and hell from a lapsed Catholic point of view. I'm not trying to piss anybody off. If you have religion, I envy you. Let me just say that. Let me just back out of it that way. But 667 is just fun. I don't attribute any value to Satanism other than I like horror fiction. Let's see what else we got. What else we got in the comments? Moving to Tennessee means you will have to read some Bill Bass. Okay. Body Farm at UT. Yeah, a client of mine at the very end of my career at when I was a higher ed marketer was UT. I came up with their current campaign. It takes a volunteer. Dishing. I'm dishing because I'm sipping and dishing. Maybe that's what we call this channel. Sipping and dishing. But yeah, I heard about the Body Farm, and that's amazing. I mean, hold on. The Body Farm, for those who don't know, is they take people who donated their bodies to science, and then they put them in different areas on this land that UT owns. And so, like, they'll put a body in the trunk of a car, and they'll let it decompose, and they'll keep checking to see how does a body decompose in the trunk of a car in these certain sort of weather conditions, so that when the FBI or local law enforcement discover a body, they can actually time how long that body's been where it is, and they can be better forensic scientists and law enforcement. It's brilliant. I mean, it's chilling that we have to do that, but I'm glad there are brilliant people doing it. Let's see. What else we got here? Oh my God, Jeff, said Logan. Oh my God, Jeff. It's kind of shorthand for what I get from my wife all the time with eye rolls. If you just replace OMG with eye rolls, I'm familiar with that. Have you ever attempted Gravity's Rainbow or Infinite Jest? Thank you for asking that. I have not attempted either, but I want to read Infinite Jest because so far in this live video, I referenced a former coworker. Her name was Ruda. Her name still is Ruda. She's still awesome. In my previous video, I referenced a former coworker of mine named Colleen. She is awesome currently. I mean, as far as I know, I haven't worked with her in a while. She could have gone off the rails and she could be a horrible human being now. But I don't think so because past record indicates that she would continue on a trajectory of awesome. But another coworker of mine, former coworker of mine, who I still talk to, an awesome human being, recommended Infinite Jest. And so I have to read it. I do. I want to. So there's your answer. Haven't, want to. I don't really care about Gravity's Rainbow. That sounds inaccessible to me, to like pea-brained individuals. But Infinite Jest sounds like it'd be something I'd love. What else we got? What else we got? Did you try Scandwar Nordic Noir? I read The Chestnut Man. It was good, but too much for me. Sorry about Red Moon 2. Much trendy sci-fi's confectionery covered agenda. Yes, that is. I don't know. Can you guys read these comments? I hope so, because I speak gibberish. Body Farm, they growing humans? I mean, no. I saw the Body Farm on CSI ages ago. It's a good idea. It's a great idea. On CSI, I'm sure it was much more glamorized. It's probably really boring and gory. Hello, everyone. Darren says hello. Darren, I assume, is a junior because his full name is Darren, like my father before me. It's a long way to say junior. And he wants everyone to know. He says hello, everyone. Random, but any good vampire books would recommend. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, well, Salem's Lot's a good book. It is a vampire story at heart, but it's also another king. It was like you could, when you read that book, you see the seed of It or Needful Things or Tommyknockers. You see this whole quaint town with a horrible underbelly sort of thing. So to me, it doesn't feel like a true vampire story. It is, but it isn't. This here, if you want my go-to vampire story, this is it. Necroscope by Brian Lumley. It became an obnoxiously long series, but I can't recommend the first 5 books enough. Necroscope. I'm long overdue for a reread because I read it a couple times. But I'm long overdue. This is the original paperback I bought ages ago with the Bob Eggleston artwork. Awesome. Necroscope, awesome. There you go. That's it for my vampire recommendations. Oh, my AE edition of Moreau alive today. It is a real beauty. I did not buy the artist edition of the Island of Dr. Moreau because I'm just trying to save money and, focus on numbered editions. So I will be getting the numbered edition, and I'm very anxious to get it. Can't wait to read it. That was one Wells book that everybody demanded. So, yeah, I'm dying to read it from the Moreau or the Wells fans. The Lesser Dead. What is that? A vampire book? I read Vampirates once. Cool concept. Yeah, that would be a cool concept. Vampire Pirates would be an excellent concept. What are you doing with it? What are you doing with it? Do something with it. Don't Jack Sparrow it. What's my favorite book? The Road. And then so I just bought a first edition of The Road. I got to take the sticker off. I leave the stickers on the spine if I got them from Salvation Army or thrift store. But I got this from McKay's in Tennessee, so I got to take that tag off. But this is my favorite book. My second favorite book is this one that probably you won't like. I don't know, but it's my favorite book, The Butcher Boy. It's excellent. Butcher Boy and The Road. I'd say they're tied. They're tied. Featuring the vampire. Oh, what's my favorite book featuring the vampire? Well, it's Necroscope. I don't have the Subterranean Press edition of it, but you can send it to me if you'd like. How do you cleanly take the stickers off? Always bothers me, but I'm scared to remove them. You could get stuff like Goo Gone. We'll take them off. Jill, what do you do to take stickers off? My wife knows. I don't know. There are adhesive removers where you won't damage the dust jacket. Then there are plastic things that will get under it. But you know what? If you have a thumbnail like a cocaine user, I'm not a cocaine user. I would never use it. I'm too much of a hypochondriac to do something that I'd be addicted to forever. So I would like that cocaine because I think cocaine makes you confident. I've never had any confidence. So if there was something I could snort that made me confident, I'm all for it. But being addicted, I'm not all for. And my mother-in-law watches this channel. So I don't like cocaine. Don't do cocaine, kids. I mean, that goes without saying, right? If you can't put it down, don't pick it up. I got that tattooed on my thigh. If you can't put it down, don't pick it up. And that's probably cocaine. Don't do drugs. Just don't do them. But look at this. I'm doing this for you guys live as a treat. As a treat. Look at that. Bam! Thank you, McKay's. The Road. First edition, fourth printing of the best book ever written. Oh, mwah! I kiss my books. I don't really. Only after I've had some AleSmith. What else we got? Goo Gone works miracles for sticker residue. See, I'm not just an idiot. I'm mostly an idiot, but I'm not just an idiot. Like 90% idiot. Essential oil is great for removing adhesive without damaging anything. Essential oils. We are all about essential oils. That's all I'll say on that. Yeah, I did slur between sips of alcohol. You're right. And that's my shame. That is my personal private shame. So anyway, kids, remember, get this channel to 667 subscribers, and I will give away this book of Westlake Soul to whoever comments. Well, not to whoever, to a randomly selected viewer or commenter on my video that is post 667 subscribers. I will talk about this book a little bit if you'd like. It's a beautifully done SST edition. Beautifully done. Check out this signature page. Look at that. It's number 3. That's the number I get from SST. I get number 3. And it can be yours if you comment on that video, if I ever achieve 667 subscribers, and I'll send this to you free of charge. And you can put it on your shelf and drool on it if you like. I mean, that's your choice. It's a book. I made it that far in the book. See, that's actually where I made it. I just did not connect with it. A lot of people love this book, and it is beautifully written. I don't ding the book on how it's written or the content. It's a cool concept, and it's well written. I mean, I did appreciate the journey to that point, but I just didn't connect with it. And it started to feel like a young adult novel. But that's not a bad thing to a lot of people. A lot of people like that. So that's what I would say to you. And you would have this, and my thanks for subscribing to the channel. And then after I hit 1,000, I'll give another book away. I don't know what it'll be. I'll figure it out. Let's get to 1,000 first. That'll be a great problem to solve. Because if I hit 1,000, I can monetize. And then the world will pay me for this tripe. I know I'm not the best pitch man for myself, but I used to be a good pitch man for my clients. So Don't do drugs. What's your favorite non-king horror that's not depressing? Are you talking about The Road as depressing? Okay, I can concede that. Um, my favorite non-king horror that's not depressing. Man, there's so much great stuff. Barker's Damnation Game comes to mind. Um, what else? I mean, Books of Blood is just fantastic. Robert McCammon's Swan Song is amazing. Here it is. The first paperback I read from him in 1997. Amazing book. Exorcist. I mean, there's so many great. I don't know if I could do a favorite. Sarah Pinboro's awesome. Doesn't feel very horrific to me, but very creepy and spooky and brilliant is Sarah Pinborough. I just managed to purchase the Amaranthine Alice in Wonderland, and that's also number 3, thanks to Shania Lynn. I haven't bought anything from Amaranthine Press. I didn't get the Alice in Wonderland, the Jekyll, or the Dracula because it's just an expensive press I can't afford on top of everything else. Ouch, young adult. I had a DNF, Gideon the Ninth. It's young. Oh, I didn't know Gideon the Ninth was young adult, but not labeled that way. Oh, okay. You named a bunch of books I already read. I will try more. Sarah Pinborough is awesome. Behind Her Eyes is great. They say a girl died here once is awesome. It's also still available from Earthling. So I would recommend that big time. 121 to Pennsylvania and Others is a good horror anthology. That's Keelan Patrick Burke. Is it? No. Is it? Tell me. Please tell me, Logan. Tell me. You always mention this man named Patrick McCabe. Please recommend one of your favorites. Okay, right here. Again, Butcher Boy. I recommend him because I love this book and I think it's amazing and it's just fantastic. And also his other book, this book is awesome. Emerald Germs of Ireland. This is awesome. So I would recommend these two. They're very different. This is brilliant. This is brilliant, but it's also like a bleak black comedy. It's Irish humor. It's great. I love it. So these two I would recommend, but they're not for everybody. I would recommend to anybody who wants to check out who I adore, if you're interested in Patrick McCabe, get it from the library first because he's acquired. It's like The Road. Road's not for everybody, but Patrick McCabe is an acquired taste. So I would check it out. Yes, it is and is great. I don't know what you're talking about, Martin. Yeah, that. Oh, okay. Okay. Yes, it is and is great. So it's Keelan Patrick Burke. Yeah, he is fantastic. Where's my Keelan? Keelan Patrick Burke. Oh my God! And Suntup actually. I swear, it's like Suntup just plucks authors and titles from my brain. I was so beyond thrilled when Suntup announced they were going to do guests by Keelan Patrick Burke, and then I had the honor of interviewing him. He's just awesome. He's funny, brilliant. He needs more fans. I mean, everybody should love what he writes. He's brilliant. I have and enjoyed They Say a Girl Died Here Once. Oh, great. Okay, so Behind Her Eyes, or you could read what else? Where else? I have other Sarah Pinborough. her contribution to Hark the Herald Angels Scream is awesome. It's called The Hangman's Bride. Recommend that read. That's awesome. I've got They Say a Girl Died Here Once on the way from Earthling, thanks to your book tour. Oh, that's awesome, Christopher. Yes, I hope you enjoy it. I think I'm somebody who reads a book, and if I think a twist ending is coming, I'll try to figure it out, and usually I do. But both Sarah Pinborough books have the full-length novels I've read had twist endings, and I couldn't figure them out. They were just brilliant. I watched your interview with Marcella earlier. Did she agree to do remarks? Okay, so she didn't officially. I might reach out to her and ask her to clarify, but no, she didn't. I wondered if she would, because she's a digital artist and maybe working with something that's, she's drawing right in the book, maybe is a comfort level thing. Maybe she wouldn't want to do it. Chad commented, "Where are you at, Chad?" Where is he at? Jeff. This just popped up on my notifications. Thought I'd stop by and say hi. Thank you for stopping by, Chad. Chad, you're awesome. Chad Lutsky is an author whose name I can pronounce correctly on the first try. I'm bragging. I am bragging. You go ahead and try to say Lutsky. Go for it. You didn't even know you could do it until I told you could do it. Brilliant book. I have Halo of Flies. Read of Foster Homes and Flies. Let me just show the book. There it is. This is one Thunderstorm book I'm not going to part with ever. Loved it. Look at those end papers. Thunderstorm. Get on the newsletter. Look at that signature page. There's your signature, Chad. Do you remember signing this page, Chad? Do you? I have number 44 of 52. I jumped on this with a quickness. It has 4 novellas in it. A Foster Homes and Flies, Skullface Boy. Who else? What else? Stirring the Sheets and Wallflower. Awesome book. You cannot buy it. Go for it. You can't. Go look for it. You're not getting number 44, I'll tell you that. I'm glad you stopped by, Chad. I'm glad. I really am. I want to talk to you later. I'll email you. Yes. I got a signed Cemetery Dance copy. Oh, did you? Well, fine. I wasn't collecting Keelan Patrick Burke. I discovered him at Kin. And I almost pulled the trigger on this book, and I didn't. And then someone just straight up gifted me, a saint, if you will, a really great guy gifted me this book. And I read it and adore it. And then I got We Live Inside Your Eyes. And I plan on reading The Hides. Keelan Patrick Burke is brilliant. So Chad Lutsky is brilliant. I want to bring him to this channel so you can all chat with him, or at least hear from him and have him evaluate his works for you. Just finished a read of Kin, a reread. Yeah, Martin, I figured you would have already read that book. Let's see. I watched your interview. Okay, duh. You're welcome, Chad. You're another one. You're just brilliant, and I'd love to bring more eyes to your words. And there are not many authors. There are some authors I would like to deter people from reading, but I'm not a jerk. Except with Bentley Little. Anyway, what's the worst book you've ever read? You're a bastard, Darren. Like the father before me. What's the worst book you've ever read? Okay, let me just say, I'm probably going to cut this off in like 6 minutes. But let me just say that every book is written by a human being who believes in that book and really tries their best. And then they got published, which is more than I've done. So I respect the accomplishment. I bow to the fact that your work has reached me across the ocean, across the miles, across, this crazy world. So I have to respect that. Like, I have to say, these people wrote something I hope they believed in, and I hope they feel strongly about. And I read it because I'm not the most obscure reader. Something will come to me because I'm swimming up here. So I respect that accomplishment, and I have a hard time bashing authors because I don't know. I just don't like to be mean, but but that said, there the worst book I ever read was probably the worst book I ever read and finished was probably The Hiding Place by C.J. Tudor. I really, ugh, I really couldn't take it. I really, at the end of that book, I wanted any way out, but I had to see how it ended. I bought two very nice editions from Subterranean Press, and they just announced the third C.J. Tudor book, and I was all geeked up to buy it, and so I had to read The Chalk Man and then The Hiding Place. And when I finished The Hiding Place, I sold my two copies to a great guy on eBay, and I walked away. But that was the worst book I ever finished. Let me just say, no, that's not the worst book I ever finished. I did finish one that was worse than that, but it was like the length. But I'm not gonna dish on that author. I'm not. Oh, but it was so bad. Oh my God, it was so bad. You're just left wondering, why does this person have a place at the table? Are there anyway? Anyway, well, it was great to hang out. Oh yes, I'm glad you hung out too, Lena. And drinking live. Okay, what's the next time? I will bring a glass of and chat horror with you. Okay, well, the next time will probably be a Monday. I'm going to try to do these every Monday. To good or bad effect, I don't know. I'll probably watch this back and then delete the video because I'll be horrified, rightfully so. But I did enjoy chatting. I do like to put this placeholder there so that when there are really cool, exciting books coming up, I'd like to bring them to your attention. I don't like unboxing books that you can't buy. Let me just say that. I don't like it. I love when I can unbox a book that you can go out and purchase and have your own unboxing experience. So I'd like to get ahead of that and share with you some of the titles I'm excited to get and what I'm currently reading, and just, sit back and answer questions if there are any. So I'll probably try to hold this spot every Monday. I don't know. We'll see. 15, 14 people showed up. That's cute. That's nice. And I appreciate this intimate little community. I do. And 15 likes, people into liking the video. Oh man, I read Virtue of Selfishness by Ayn Rand. Just suffered through it. Okay, well, I don't know about that. I never heard of that. I know of Fountainhead and Atlas Shrugged, but I never heard of that. And then finally, years ago, I read a book called The Black Mariah. I can't remember who wrote it. The author clearly had a great idea through a start to a book, but had no idea how to finish it. Real shame. Oh yeah, that's the worst. Yeah. I mean, I hate when I could see the construct behind the work and mourn the loss of such a great idea, such a cool device. Like Red Moon. I love that idea. I like the idea of not understanding a culture and basing hatred upon stereotypes to the detriment of the person with the hate. I like that idea, but the execution and when it felt like an agenda, I didn't like it. When I felt like I was being preached to, I tune out because I'm rebellious. I mean, I own leather jackets. Anyway, I enjoyed watching live. Thanks for doing it. Thanks for coming out and talking and chatting. I appreciate it. No matter how embarrassed I might be later, this was fun. This was fun. I liked it. The hair got a little crazy. I probably need a haircut. Probably. Unless I want to be Doc Brown or Kramer. But yes, get the word out. Tell people to subscribe, and they get a chance to win a bona fide limited edition by a great publisher they might love. Hopefully, I want to rehome it. I do. I want somebody to actually love this book, the way it should be, the way it's a worthy book. So, thanks for coming by. Put this down, and check it out and comment on other videos. And if you want to come by and you like the chat, I'll do it more often. If not, I'll just keep doing it because obviously I have no standards. So anyway, thanks for coming by. I'm going to end the stream. You guys are really, seriously the best people on earth.